What is that? All right. There's Jimmy. I'm grabbing my attendance sheet thing. I'll be right back. Do with it. There we go. It's always an adventure. All right. So it's important today that I make sure I get attendance because today's easily the most important class we got going on this year for this, well, at least during this break. So it's important enough that can you guys see, if like I have an ability to look at everybody who's in the meeting. Do you guys see everybody that's in the meeting? Yeah? Can you hear me? Okay, so here's what you need to do. You need to go down that list, and if you need to look at that list, and if you see somebody that whose cell number you have or a way of contacting them and they're not there on that list, you need to get a hold of them now and tell them to get to this meeting. Because everything from here on is counting. So grades are at stake. And so I have to call people, and if they're not at the class today, and that is going to be just something I do not want to do. And I may not do, to be honest with you. And if I don't, they're going to fail. And they need to get this message. I'm assuming all their classes are trying to reach out to them, but so I'm going to give it a little bit of time before I start to see if I can get some of these people to show up. So right now I got Jimmy, Jaden, Jalen, John, Kaiser, Kyle Robinson, Matt, Nasir, and Ronald Hollis, and that's it. That's the only ones I see on my list. So, like, if anybody has Adam Kelly, you send him a message, please. I don't have Matt Sheets here. Yeah, I got all kinds of people. Who's here? Matt's here. Well, where the hell? Oh, there you are. You're Matt. Did you just show up? Or
Nah, I've been here since the call started.
I just jumped right over you. My apologies. Okay, so there you are. Good. Do you? I haven't seen, for example, Arslan's since this whole thing started. Anybody got his? Yeah, Bayram, because he needs to be here. It's his grade. I haven't seen Haley yet. I got to get a hold of her. Let's go through the attendance I got right now. But this is, if they didn't show up the last couple weeks, no big deal. I wasn't grading anything. Now I'm grading stuff. And so it really is important. Eddie Hernandez, he needs to be here. Gillis, I don't see him. Let's see, I got Carter. No, I don't have Manuel, do I? No. So I apologize for taking the attendance like this. It takes a little bit, but Daniel. I don't see Daniel. I don't see Elijah. I don't see Gonzalez. I don't see Mirak. I don't see Adam. I see Laramore's here. Kaiser's here. Mario's usually here. I don't see him yet. Eric was trying to get here. He asked me for the code and everything, and I think he's trying. He must be accessing from a different computer. I don't know, but Morrison, he's trying. Like, he sent me a couple messages just in the last few minutes, so I think hopefully he'll show up soon. Yeah, I'd like to see him here. All right, back to this. All right, so I got here. I don't have Pagan. I got Robinson. I got Sheets. I don't have Nakai Thomas. I got Jalen Walker, though. There we go. I don't have Webb. So here's why this is a concern for me. Is the fourth marking period, the way it's set up, is going to be easy. Getting a good grade in the fourth marking period should not be a problem for anybody. So I know it's only I think the district's only letting us count as 15% of the total year grade. But man, if you passed, like if you failed a marking period, no matter what it was, I have to give you a 50. So right away, you're in the ballpark. If you got a D, but it was like a 61%, I could even theoretically, if you bust your butt during the fourth marking period, I can make it a 68% and still a D in your report card, but it could be enough to push you over the edge. Point is if I'm gonna, and this is a bizarre time, I don't want to fail anybody, but if somebody comes in and just decides, I don't have to do the fourth marking period, the heck with it. Somebody who's right on the edge, somebody who probably would fail. If we were in school right now doing nothing but Inventor, harder and harder and harder, Autodesk Inventor, probably would fail. All of a sudden, the game's easier. They got a chance to get this credit. And if they don't step up because they're home and they can't figure out how to get onto a computer that the district will get for them, I will bring them a computer. I've said that repeatedly. We're bending over backwards. To fail this marking period, to not show up is ridiculous. So I'm trying. And there's some people in here that are right on the edge that probably got like a D or so, one marking period, a couple Fs, and man, if they showed up, I could get them through. And also I'm annoyed because that means right now, as it stands, I have to try to call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people, and that's just in this class alone. That's not a good use of my time. I mean, I think the district's made it pretty clear we're still doing things. All right. Well, what are we doing? I've waited long enough. I've killed enough time. If you were not paying attention, you can stop playing, Y2K, whatever. You stop playing games and pay attention, because here we go. This is what you need to do. This here is our class. You're familiar with this. Okay. I have gone through. I have simplified things. The only things will see are how to get to class, the links to get to class, the folder that show that every time I have a class, I record it and I will put it up here. So if you want to find out what we did yesterday in period 6, it's pretty much the same thing as this. But if you miss a class, watch one of these. That'll show you what and get you any information you need. Then I go through week 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 7 weeks between now and the end of the year. Just 7 weeks. I have a folder for each week already set up. This thing that says old stuff, you wouldn't see it because it's unpublished. Each week, it's really straightforward. They're going to look exactly like this. There's going to be one reading assignment and then a series of quick math and / science type assignments. Let's take a look at those, shall we? This week's reading assignment. And by the way, I'm becoming a Schoology, genius. I figured out, or okay, somebody taught me how to like make it so that you have to go to this one before you can even take the quiz kind of thing. I mean, I know all you gotta do is click and open it, but I want you to look at the size and scope of this massive article that I'm asking you to read. And wait till you see this thing. It's gonna be like enormous. Okay, the first half page is a picture. Then you got this little bit, and then you got a page, and that's it. It's a page and a half of writing, folks. A page and a half of writing, followed by a quiz. And it's on airbags. Anyway, I had to search high and low for articles that were remotely engineering. So you read the article, you read it, maybe jot down some notes, read the article. Then, let's get out of this, hold on. Then you do the quiz, which are the same questions that were at the bottom of the quiz there. I just, actually, this is what it looked like for you. Then you go take the quiz. Here's the quiz question. You just select your answers. If you think it's A, you select A, and so forth and so on. I'm a nice guy. I'm giving everybody 2 shots on the quiz. 2 shots on a 4-question quiz. 2 shots. And quite honestly, I've already done this. If one of you is like, I messed up the first 2, could I have another one? I generally will do that for you. So come on, folks. Settings, let me make sure I've done this real quick. Settings, I want to make sure that I have set it up. So yes, you get attempt limit 2 times. I'll keep the highest score, and you get to look to see which ones you got right and wrong even. So, all right, then after you've done that, you go to the math and science assignment, and they'll look like this every time. Video, practice. Video, practice, quiz. That's it. And they're not like 7-hour long videos. In fact, here, let me look at this practice with you real quick. So when I say practice, this is probably one of the larger ones. It's got 6 questions. Yeah, 5. Sorry, 5. So we're just going to, I go a video showing you the problem. In the video, I show you exactly what to do. In this case, you just take the 3 and you put it where the X is. 6 times 3 is 18, minus 11 is 7. And then I go to the bottom and I look to see if there's a 7 down there. And there is. It's not in order. But as soon as I see that there's a 7 down there, I know I probably got that one right. So that way you know if you're doing it right or not, because you need to know this. Everything that you need to answer that is in the video that I give you. Now I want to just point out that the video, I've learned to embed the video. Look at that. It's like right there. I won't make us watch the whole thing, but I just want to point out that I go through, and the stuff that I do is exactly what you're gonna have to do in the practice. So you just watch that, then you go do 5 on your own. And then you repeat the process, slightly different stuff, and then you take the quiz. Quiz is like, well, how long is this quiz? Let's see. Five questions. So my friends. And then you're done for the week. That was it. The whole week's work. My suggestion would be this. When you're done this class, just stay on the stupid computer and do the work for the week, and you're done. You're done. You start class at 11:30. By 12:30, 1 o'clock at the latest, you're done for the week for my class. Because if you put it off, you're probably not going to, speaking of putting it off, I'm not leaving these things up forever. Like this one's going to be up for a couple weeks to like the 10th. So the idea that you're going to get to week 7 and do them all, don't. You can do week 7, maybe 6, but don't delude yourself into thinking that I'll just put it off to the end and do them all at once. Because quite frankly, that's horrible time management, and I refuse to fall into that. That's the equivalent of some of you guys showing up doing nothing in class and then asking for makeup work. Like, no, you were here, you just didn't do it. So yeah, just keep up with it. I'll give you some leeway, but not 7 weeks worth of leeway. It's right there in front of you, folks. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there on your computer screen. It's there. So you can work ahead. However, if you want to get all 7 done this week and be done for the year for my class, why not? Why not? Buckle down. You kidding me? Get a class and say, check, done. Awesome. So there we go. Help me get a hold of people. Help me. If you know people in this class, you owe it to them as your friend or acquaintance or whatever you guys call each other, and just reach out to them and say, hey, message Wellborn on Schoology. He'll hook you up. He'll find a way. I will find a way. Any questions on what I expect you to be doing here? All the other stuff about the game and everything else, done, finished, not worried about it anymore. All I'm worried about is those 7 folders, those sets of quizzes. Ooh, there was one thing on there that I didn't show you. Sorry. At the end of the math one, so all that counts is down to this quiz, but there are always going to be these extensions. There's a quiz in the extensions. If you take this quiz, it can't hurt your grade. So in other words, if you get a point here, I'll add it to an earlier quiz, maybe where you missed a point or something. So you don't have to do the extension folders. If you've had an A, all marking periods, you don't shortchange yourself. You should be doing these. If you're thinking about taking my AP physics class, do these. But in general, anybody can do them, and it's really take a shot. Watch the video, give them a shot. If you get one right, you're getting a point that you didn't have before. So they are at the end of every unit. So at the end of every math thing, there'll be a little black folder with extension stuff. You don't have to do it, but I highly encourage you to try. Okay, that was the only thing I show you there. Now, so we need to get a hold of people. You need to get started on this. I want to be able to look in a few days at like who's tried what, because I can do that now. I want to feel like we're gonna get this done. All right? Because for those of you who are like, I want to know what I need to do to pass, this is it. There's 7 folders in front of you. Just everything's explained, everything's straightforward. You don't really need me for anything at this point. I spent literally all weekend, like 2 12-hour days, doing a bunch of those screencasts and making up those quizzes. It's pretty much ready to roll. Cool? Wow, you all have such lovely names. Okay, so I'm done with this then, unless there's somebody here that is desperately in need of having something else answered.
Mr. Wellborn?
Yes.
All right, so you marked me president, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't have my last name on it. It just has Matt on it. I don't know why.
That's right. Yeah, I marked you present. But you're the only Matt in here, I think.
All right.
Yeah, so you're covered. You're covered. I just jumped over you for some reason. I don't know how. but
I think
I
you had
got
to
you.
press Adam.
No, and I'll be, I probably won't be giving, by the way, you can get credit for attending the class. So let's say you do sleep in one morning or you have to go somewhere. You can get credit for attending the class if it shows that you watch the video of the
All
class.
right.
All right. So even if you're, you have a lunch date with the queen, you have tea and you're away. By the way, why are you going to, you're going to bring, kill the queen with COVID? Come on. She's like 90 to 100. Who would do that? But anyway, point is if you miss a class, I'll set it up. I don't know if I have yet or not, that I'll see who's accessed the video. That can count as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
And if you forget, like, what did Wellborn say? You can go back, watch that. All right. Look, I'll be at the risk of just making my life miserable. The best way to get a hold of me is through Schoology, but the preferred way. I'll some point here, just to make sure that I cover all my bases, I'll probably send a message out to y'all giving you my cell number, because if someone doesn't have internet and I can't respond to but if you can get them my cell number and say, hey, text Wellborn so you can figure out how to get a grade in this class, I'll deal with it. I mean, I don't answer calls from people I don't know. So don't call me and ask me if my refrigerator's running. Don't send me pictures of your junk. Just don't do those things, and we're good. Don't need to see that. All right. All right, gentlemen. Have a good one. Be safe. Get started on my stuff right now. Right now. Just do my stuff right now. Right now. Do it.